Well, now we're heading over to our top five segment. And this week it is top five directors with the most range. I have to say, it was a lot of work, a lot of research. Some of these people, I didn't even really know their names. But then when I look at their catalog, I'm like, oh, shit, I see. I've seen a lot of their stuff. But it was just never one of those things where I was like, who's the director of this film?
Yeah, yeah.
So, I mean, I have to start with my number five, who is Mark Forster. Now, like I said, you may not know his name, but he has put out projects like World War Z, Monsters Ball, Finding Neverland, The Kite Runner, and also most notably A Man Called Otto, which was fantastic. But if you look at that discography and think about all the different genres, all the different types of films they are, that is crazy, because how do you do like a zombie war film and then do like Monsters Ball or
Yeah.
do like a Man Called Otto? Like, if you know any of those films, you'll know the range that this man has and is able to bring to life, because you see a lot of people, stick in their realm, in their niche, and there's nothing wrong with that. But those people who can bounce outside of that and still be very productive and very successful are, those are the ones who create a legacy for their name in Hollywood. So yeah, number five for me, Mark Forster.
Yeah, good choice. Good choice. And yeah, that is a wide range, no doubt about it. My number five, you've probably definitely heard the name because it's being talked about everywhere with Deadpool 3 coming up. And of course, Free Guy and it's just so many other things. But did you know that Shawn Levy actually has a wide range of films as well? Shawn Levy, if you didn't know, also directed Real Steel with Hugh Jackman. Right? So that's kind of like a father-son bonding movie with Evangeline Lilly, and they're like doing where boxing has been taken over by robots, giant-sized robots, and they control the robots. It's a really nice, dramatic film. It's a family drama that's about redemption, and it's a great film. He also did a comedy with Steve Martin, Cheaper by the Dozen, which is the widest thing away from the family drama of Real Steel. And then he also did The Atom Project, like a sci-fi time traveling type film. So he's all over the map with these things. He's doing family dramas, he's doing comedies, he's doing sci-fi movies. He's like, and then of course now he's the superhero movies because he's doing Deadpool 3. He's taking two of his favorite people, Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman, and he's putting them finally together. Perfect choice for that movie, by the way, because this guy has worked with both and knows them both really well, so it's going to be awesome. But yeah, I didn't actually remember. I knew he did Real Steel. I had no idea he did Cheaper by the Dozen. No idea. I thought that was really. I went back and I'm like, holy shit, because that's a great movie. So again, though, just like we were talking about, that wide range of can you do more than just one type of film? And he has clearly proven that he can. So Shawn Levy, my number five.
Yeah, and a lot of people don't know he's the big producer behind Stranger Things.
He certainly is.
Yeah, so he is definitely everywhere, man. He really is. Number four for me goes to another possibly unknown person for the layman's people, Donald Petri. Now, this guy is probably most notable for directing How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days, or Miss Congeniality, or Mystic Pizza. But he has also directed, most recently, an amazing TV limited series, I guess you could say, The Kaminsky Method. Like, this thing is freaking phenomenal. And I mean, he has shifted more into the television side, so I guess that's how you can use the wide range. But I mean, how do you go from rom-coms to like hardcore court dramas, no matter if they're film or television?
Yeah.
Because he also does things for Chicago Med and Chicago PD right now. But yeah, man, I just, going from the hardcore drama to the rom-coms, or from the rom-coms to the hardcore dramas, I feel like is such a skill that not a lot of people have. So I wanted to put him on there. Donald Petri.
There you go. Good choice. Good choice. Now, my number four is a well-known name. He doesn't have a huge filmography because he's still kind of young, still kind of new to the game. But you know him, and you know all of his films. And the films that he's done is like the widest gap of differences in films that I've ever seen in my life. It's just crazy. I'm talking about Damien Chazelle. And I'm just going to name 3 films that this man has directed, and they are 3 as different movies as you can possibly get. La La Land, Whiplash, and Babylon. They are 3 of the starkest different films from the same guy that I've ever seen. Like, if you go from La La Land, which is basically this beautiful rom-com love story about L.A., to Whiplash, which is this hardcore J.K. Simmons beating the shit out of Miles Teller. Like, and then Babylon, which is basically a big, huge fucking Hollywood orgy drug fest. I'm like, how is this all coming from this same guy? This is fucking crazy. He's got incredible range to be able to tell those 3 stories and tell them all as well as he told them. They've all been Oscar contenders, like, and in some instances Oscar winners. So I just think it's incredible when you watch those 3 films, and you would never even fathom that they're coming from the mind of the same guy. You just wouldn't. But it's incredible. Damien Chazelle, my number 4.
Yeah, man. I mean, super freaking good. I don't know why, but my AirPods disconnected. Hold on. All right, we're back. Yeah, for number 3 for me goes to probably a more notable name, I would say. Peter Farley or Fairley.
Farley,
yeah. He has done things like The Green Book, Dumb and Dumber, There's Something About Mary, Movie 43, and like executive produce quite a few different things like Louder Milk or Lucky Hank. It's just all of these random things, man. Like, so that's what really made me want to put him on the list, because I was looking up, like, I started off, how I made this list was starting off with a very big movie that I enjoyed and loved. And then I looked at their credits, right? And I started off with Green Book. And then I looked into it and I was like, Dumb and Dumber, movie 43. What is happening right now?
Yeah.
So yeah, man, I had to put him on there. So yeah, number 3, Peter Farley.
Well, I mean, and just the drastic difference from the Green Book to Dumb and Dumber. I mean, the Green Book's a hardcore drama about racism. And I mean, the Green Book, for anybody who doesn't know, is literally a book that told you where it was safe to go or not go when you're traveling across the country as a black person. I mean, and then you think about Dumb and Dumber. I'm like, how is this even the fucking same guy? Yeah, it's fucking incredible. It's incredible. My number 3, well-known name, and clearly his filmography screams range. Diverse films of all genres, of all stories, of all types. I'm talking about the one and only Little Ronnie, Ron Howard. Now, do you guys know that he started off, if I'm not mistaken, his directorial debut was Splash with Tom Hanks and Daryl Hannah, a comedy about a mermaid. Everybody thought, are you fucking kidding? This is never going to work. It worked. He directed it brilliantly, came right out of the gate flying. Ron Howard can direct. Look out, right? So Splash, it's just like I said, this is just like over-the-top ridiculous comedy about a mermaid. And then everything in between. You throw in Apollo 13, real-life gritty drama about the space program and are they going to make it home? And Houston, we have a problem, right? You're not thinking about a squealing mermaid falling in love with a goofy guy, right? You're like, it's just not even the same boat. And then this guy says, you know what? I can do sci-fi too. I can go into the world of a galaxy far, far away. I'm going to do Solo. So it's just, that's 3 out of the numerous films that this man has directed that are all over the map. He does drama, he does comedy, he does horror, he does documentary, he does literally everything. And he's a brilliant fucking director. I mean, honestly, Grinch, How the Grinch Stole Christmas. Fuck. Just there's so many different things that this man has done that show his range. This guy knows how to get it done. Fucking Ron Howard. I mean, you want a director to finish your shit or to do your shit, Ron Howard's probably a pretty good fucking choice. That's all I'm saying.
Oh yeah, come on now. I mean, he's like one of the best.
Yeah,
I just feel like he's probably one of the best people to actually work with too. I just feel like he's such a nice person.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Number two for me goes to Steven Soderberg.
Mm.
Of course, best known for obviously Sex, Lies, and Videotape. Aaron Brockovich, a couple of other notable ones. But guys, if you didn't know, this man also directed, I believe, two of the Magic Mike movies, which is so strange. Like, how does that happen?
Yeah.
I just,
Yeah.
I don't know. I do not know.
Aaron
But yeah,
Brockovich to Magic Mike.
yeah,
Like there
man.
you go.
I was just like, what? I thought I was like misreading it, or like I was very confused. But yeah, I just, he's definitely, I don't know. I feel like he's a very notable director, but he's a very far out there director,
Mm.
right? So he is able to take on a whole bunch of different things and still be decently successful. So
Yeah.
that's why I had to throw him on my list, man. I mean, come on, come on. But yeah, Steven Soderbergh. He's also one of the first, like, quote unquote professional filmmakers to shoot a whole movie with an iPhone.
Sure is.
So he loves to be experimentative.
With Claire Foy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that movie was tripping. That was an intense movie about a woman like basically going nuts, or they were trying to make her think she was going nuts. That was a freaking crazy ass movie. I remember watching that one, going, "Holy shit!" Yeah, good movie. My top two, I talk about them all the time. They're probably my two biggest influences as a director. These are guys that I look up to for their directing style and the way that they do things and the things that they've accomplished. So it should be no surprise that they're on my list. Number two, Jon Favreau. Talk about range, guys. I mean, you're talking about a guy who did Cowboys and Aliens. It's a fucking Western with alien invasion. It's like out there kind of a thing, okay? I mean, just Daniel Craig. James Bond is the star of it, right? It's like it's just an out there kind of trippy, hardcore Western film, but also an alien invasion film. It's just out there. He did Elf. Elf, y'all, like, come on, not even close to space Western, right? Kind of a thing. And then, of course, Iron Man. You got to throw in Jumanji. You got to throw in just all these. They're so different. When you talk about Iron Man and Cowboys and Aliens, or not Jumanji. Did he do Jumanji? He did Zumanda, the other set in the Jumanji universe.
You could have thrown out like Lion King.
Yeah,
and,
Jungle Book, Chef. Oh my gosh,
Jungle
such
Book.
a good movie. Chef was fantastic, but I mean, but I picked those three specifically because they're just so drastically different. Iron Man, Elf, and Cowboys and Aliens are three drastically different films that you would not think could possibly be directed by the same guy, and yet they are. And then, of course, now you throw in Mandalorian and like all these different things that he's working on. He's just a really brilliant storyteller. And I watched this great documentary about the behind the scenes of the making of Elf. And he's very specific. He comes in when somebody hires him and he says, I want this, 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 and this. This is my vision. These are my demands. You have demands of me. Here are my demands. It must have this. It must have this. It must have this, or I don't do it. And I love a guy that's got that approach. He's like, here's how I envision it, and these are the things I need to make that vision happen. That either works with what you want or it doesn't. So there you go. And I fucking love that. It's one of those things. And I mean, guys, think about it. We talk about it all the time, but no Jon Favreau, no MCU. Plain and simple. Favreau doesn't get his way with Robert Downey Jr. Favreau doesn't have the success with Iron Man. There is no MCU. Period. That's how good the man is. Okay? Remember, he went to bat. Tom Cruise. They wanted Tom Cruise. Favreau said, fucking Robert Downey Jr. The rest is history. He's a brilliant director, man. I love him. And he can cook. And he can fucking cook. I love this guy, man. I love him. I love him. My number two, Jon Favreau.
Exactly. Number one for me goes to one of the best of all time. Definitely in the top 5 all-time directors in history. And I feel like just what he's able to do with different period pieces, different sci-fi stuff. I just, he's so talented. And what he just recently did with West Side Story, a musical. Of course, I'm talking about Steven Spielberg. This man
That
is a
guy?
legend.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder who he is. Yeah. Just honestly, don't cancel me, but he's my favorite Jewish guy. I just love everything about him. I just feel like he is one of those people who is just able to see all different sides of things and be able to tell stories about so many different things. Not only did he do like Jaws, but he's also producing with Bradley Cooper's um, Maestro. So that's very exciting. I'm very excited about that. But of course, he was an executive producer on like Transformers: Rise of the Beast, and I mean, I just feel like this guy is able to. He's a chameleon. He's able to bounce around everywhere and see the story and everything. So of course, I had to put him at number one, the one and only Steven Spielberg. And man, I'm just saying, this is a callback from like early episodes of this show. If you just want McAllister's,
Yeah.
let me know. I
That's
got
so
you,
fucking
bro.
fun.
I
Dude,
got you.
we are so linked because I was literally just going to ask you if you still wanted to invite him to lunch at McAllister's. I swear to God, I was waiting for you to finish so I could ask you. That's so fucking funny. We are so there. It's fucking unreal. But yeah, when you think about it, do you remember this guy also did Schindler's List? You're fucking go from Jaws to Schindler's List. That is fucking just range. Okay?
Yeah, well,
range.
literally back-to-back films were Jurassic Park to Schindler's List.
Yeah,
like that's crazy. That's completely different. Enough to where like these two films were overlapping so much that he had the one and only George Lucas come in and finish editing Jurassic Park so that he could go and do Schindler's List.
Yeah, just unreal. Unreal. Man, great choice for number one. Great choice. My number one is another one that's my all-time favorite guys. This guy can knock it out of the park with everything he's ever fucking done. And he is the man that finally got Wolverine right. Finally fucking got Wolverine right. I'm talking about the man, James Mangold, who of course directed Logan, who, oh my gosh, Logan was so fucking brilliant. They finally got him right. They finally let him be Wolverine that we all know and love. But did you also know he's the guy behind Walk the Line? With Joaquin Phoenix and Reese Witherspoon, about the biopic musical about Johnny Cash. What? Yeah, same guy. He's also the guy that directed Ford vs. Ferrari. With the true life story about the making of the Mustang. I mean, it's just, when you think about that, he's got a biopic musical, he's got a superhero film, and then he's got a real life drama about Lee Iacocca and the creation of the Mustang. Same guy. It's the range is incredible. And he's so good. I feel like he just brings a sense of realism. I think that's why Logan finally worked, because you allowed it to be the Wolverine everybody wanted, the Wolverine that we love from the comic books, basically this berserker killer that if you look at him wrong, he's going to fucking hack you apart. But there was a sense of realism to it. And that is where the story of redemption through it all kind of a thing. I just think he's a brilliant, I think Walk the Line worked that way. Johnny Cash was a story of redemption, trying to, it's just, he's a brilliant storyteller. And I just think to be able to carry that vision from film to film in different genres and not lose who you are as a storyteller is just fucking brilliant. That's why I put him at the top of my list, because he does tell all these different genres and he tells all these different stories, but he never loses his vision as a storyteller of what he's trying to do, which just is brilliant. What's up, Peanut? I see you in the video for all you people watching YouTube. What's up, buddy?
Yes, this is why you have to watch YouTube to get the dog presents.
I know it. Gramps misses you, buddy. Gramps misses you.
Waiting. He's just waiting. But yeah, man, I mean, we want to know, what director do you feel like has the most range? What movies do you watch where you're like, oh wow, that was directed by the same guy? I mean, it happens so more often than you think it does.
Oh, without doubt.
It's kind of crazy, to be honest.